So this is chapter 2.2 and it's a homework. I'm going to go over a few of the assignments. So 2.2b, finding vertex and axis of symmetry. So we're going to first of all recognize what is our vertex form. So x minus h squared plus k, that is called vertex form. And we have a standard form as well. So if it is written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, then this is called standard form of quadratic function. Now for number 1, fx equals x squared minus 6x plus 5. The type of this equation or function is a standard form. So we're going to have the standard form, that's the type of this function. And then we are going to find the axis of symmetry. AOS means axis of symmetry. And the formula for axis of symmetry is negative b over 2a. But before we find this, we need to identify a, b, and c. So a is going to be 1, b is negative 6, and c is 5. Remember, the a is the coefficient that is next to x squared, b is negative 6, and then c is 5. Now you're going to use the b and a and plug it in to find axis of symmetry. So when we are going to plug it in for b, it's negative 6. On the bottom is 2 times a, which is 1. And it's going to be 6 over 2, that is 3. So axis of symmetry is x equals 3. So x equals 3. Now we're going to find the vertex, where we already know the x value and we have to find the y value. So you're going to use this x value and plug it in for x here so that you can find the y value. So 3 square minus 6 times 3 plus 5, and that's going to be 9 minus 18 plus 5. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4. So 3 comma negative 4 is the vertex of this function. Now let's make a graph where the vertex is 3 comma negative 4. So the 3 comma negative 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 comma negative 4 is this point, which is the vertex. And you can notice that the a is positive. So a is greater than 0. So it means the parabola is going to be opens up. And you remember the pattern for this one. So the pattern is 1 comma 3 comma 5, which means you go up 1, up 3, up 5. So for this one, you have the axis of symmetry line that passes through 3. So from here it's going to go up 1 and 1, 2, 3, up 3, and then from here up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to get the one side of the graph, that is going to be this side. You do make the mirror image on the other side of the line, and you're going to get the other side of the graph, and then this is a complete graph of the function given above. So for number 2, this is a standard form. And for this one, a is 1, b is 4, and c is negative 5. First thing we want to do is to find the axis of symmetry. So x is negative b over 2a, and b is 4, A is 1, so it's negative 4 over 2, that is negative 2. Now to find the y value, you're going to use the negative 2 and plug it in for x value. So this is going to be negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 5. So it's going to be 4 minus 8 plus 5, and that is negative 4 plus 5, which is 1. So the y value is 1 and x value is negative 2. Axis of symmetry is negative 2. When you plot this, negative 2 comma 1 would be this point right here. And it's going to be a graph that opens up. So it's going to have a pattern that is 1, 3, 5. So up 1, up 3, and I'm going to just use the 5 points because that's the enough points to get the good graph, and the center is going to be axis of symmetry. For number 5, this is going to be a standard form. A is negative 5, B is 10, and C is 7. For standard form, axis of symmetry has this formula, x equals negative b over 2a, and that's going to be negative 10, 2 times negative 5, so it's negative 10 over negative 10, that is 1. So x equals 1. Now use the x value and plug it in into the main equation or the given equation to find the y value. So that's going to be negative 5 plus 10 plus 7. So it's 5 plus 7, that is going to be 12. So that's the y value. We already found the x value as 1, y is 12. So the vertex is 1, 12. For number 6, it is a challenge problem because the a, which is a fraction, negative 1 over 2, b is 8, c is 20. The type is standard form because it's written in the form of fx equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Axis of symmetry is the next step. So x equals negative b over 2a, negative 8 over 2 times. So a is negative 1 over 2. So I'm going to plug it in here for a, negative 1 over 2. And this 2 and this 2 cancel. So I'm going to cancel the 2. You're going to get negative 8 over negative 1. So x is equals 8. So axis of symmetry or x coordinate of vertex is 8. Now we're going to look for the y value. We're going to use the x value, plug it in into the main equation, and find out the y value. So this is going to be negative 1 over 2, 64 plus 64 plus 20. So half of 64, you can cancel 64 divided by 2 is 32. So half of 64 is negative 32 plus 64 plus 20. And that's going to give you 52. So the vertex is 8, 52. Number 9 is given in the form of vertex form, where h is going to be your x coordinate of the vertex, and we always use the opposite sign for h. If it is negative, then the h comma k would be 3, 6. So the vertex is 3, 6. Axis of symmetry is going to be the x coordinate of the vertex. So it means this is 3, that is h, is going to be your axis of symmetry, that is x equals 3. For number 10, this is again a vertex form. And for h comma k, remember for h you use the opposite sign, so it's going to be -9 comma -2. So vertex is -9 comma -2. Axis of symmetry is the x coordinate of the vertex, that is going to be -9. For number 3, the number 3 is again a standard form, and where a is 1, b is -2, and c is -8. Axis of symmetry is going to be x equals -b over 2a, that is going to be -2 divided by 2 times a, so that's going to be 2 divided by 2, that is 1. So axis of symmetry is 1. Also the x coordinate is going to be 1 as well. To find the y value, you use the x value, plug it into the given equation. So 1 minus 2 minus 8. So that's going to be -1, -8, and this is -9. 1 comma -9 is the vertex. Now to graph, we are going to first plot the 1 comma -9, that is the point outside of the graph, and then you're going to use the pattern 3 1 3 5, because a is 1, so it's up 1, and then 1 2 3 up 3. We do not have to make too many points, only it said 3 or 5 points would be enough to make a graph. For number 4, this is a standard form. A is -2, B is 16, C is -2. Axis of symmetry is -b over 2a. Use B as 16, A as -2. You're going to get -16 divided by -4, that is 4. So x equals 4. When you find the y value, you plug it in the x value into the given equation. So 4 squared is 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 4 is 64 minus 2, and it's going to give you 30. So 4 comma 30. I'm not going to graph this because the points are a little bit, my graph is a little bit small, so I'm going to avoid graphing this number 4. Number 7 is going to be a vertex form, and we are going to find h comma k. Remember, use opposite sign for h, so it's going to be -1 comma -8. So axis of symmetry is very simple, -1. Vertex is going to be -1 comma -8. For number 8, again is a vertex form. H comma k is 2 comma 8, because you're using the opposite sign for h. X equals 2, vertex is 2 comma 8. For number 11, the h comma k would be 1 comma -7, and axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Again, this is a vertex form. Because the vertex is so obvious, you can list it right away from looking at it. You don't have to find anything. For number 12, the h comma k is going to be -2 comma 8. Again, for h, you're going to use opposite sign, and it's again a vertex form. So vertex is -2 comma 8. Axis of symmetry is x equals -2.